Alright, I would just like to apologize for the length of this video. If you would like areas to skip around to and would like to watch the best parts, I would recommend staying at the first box, going to the third box. There was a roll in the third box that was probably one of the best rolls of any coins I've ever had. It was really fun. The entire first box was pretty fun too. Don't worry, you're not missing anything with this voiceover. I'm just showing you sort of what's on the end, what to expect. Thanks for watching. First find comes in roll number 3. It is going to be a 1951 Philadelphia. Off to a banging start here. Roll number 7. And we are going to have a rather worn down 1938. If it has an S or a D, it is a key date. Wow. 1938D, key date nickel. That is amazing. That is the first one I've ever found. I have found a lot of 1938s, but none with a mint mark. That will be going straight into the album. That is amazing. Wow. I'm at a loss for words right now. That's a really, really good find. That's really cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get on with the rest of the box, and when I find my words, I'll film again. Roll 9, and we're going to have a 1946 nickel. This one is Philadelphia, so we check it for that Henning notch in the R, which I don't see. I'll go ahead and weigh it up, and if it weighs anything abnormal, I'll bring you guys in. Roll 11, and we're gonna have our fourth find, second 50s, 1956, out of Denver. Same roll, third 50s, 1954, out of Philadelphia this time. Okay, guys. Same roll. And I didn't think this was going to be anything because of how dirty it was. But I took that out and flipped it to see if this was the other side. Like I thought this might have been the Jefferson reverse. So I flipped it to see a date. And it was none other but a Buffalo nickel. This thing is probably the worst condition coin I have ever seen. But, yeah. This is not going to be fun to try and get a date off of, but I'll still check it and nicodate it if I can't see any. Yeah, I don't even know. I'll go ahead and look at it some more, and I'll bring you in if I have anything. If not, we're just going to go ahead to the next find. Okay, guys. So I tried to nicodate it, and as you can see, did a little bit, but not much. I mean, maybe through the camera I'll see something different. No, not really. The only thing I might be seeing is a 3 right here. But even that could be an 8, so I don't know. There's a little bit of nicodate on that. I gotta clean off my screen. But I looked at the back one more time, and I'm not sure because it's such bad condition, but it might be a 1913 because it looks like the raised ground design. A Type 1, a 1913 Type 1. So I'm not sure. That's going to be a mystery coin. Definitely not good shape, but I'll always take a Buffalo nickel, no matter what condition. Okay, I think this is roll 15 because the rolls on top were not 10 by 10. It's weird number. So I think it's roll 15. We'll just say it's roll 15. And we are going to have a nice 1958 here. Pretty good condition. And it's a Philly. The Philly is a slightly better date. Cool find. Don't find the Phillies super often. But yeah, if the box continues like this, I might have to stop filming the 50s because the video might get too long. But we'll see. We'll finish up this box, and then I will reassess. Roll 17-ish. And I flattened out the roll and saw sort of an older design. Saw it was a 47 out of Denver. 1947. That's right. 1947 out of Denver. And I also saw here there was just a D with that's an older design, so I just wanted to check it with you guys. And it is a 1954 Denver. Bring you in if there's anything else. All right, next roll, and again I think we're going to have a couple of finds. The first one was an end coin reverse facing, and it looked pretty old when I got it out of the roll. So let's see if it is. Yep, a 1946 Philadelphia. So again, we'll check it for that Henning nickel, Henning notch, and I don't see it. I'll weigh it up. And then the second one, 1958, Denver. Denver is more common. Okay, guys, next roll again. And we are going to have two finds again, I believe. A 1947 Philadelphia this time. And back here, I see we have a 5. So it's going to be a 1959. Sorry, that's sort of weird. 1959, Denver. Gonna slide those over like that. Even it out like that. Wouldn't you know it? Very next roll, and again, another ender that I just missed. A 1940 Philadelphia. And I did see this one. Not older. All right. I'll let you know if we have another find. Same roll. And another 1946. Another Philly. This one, no Henning. At this rate, we're going to find 20 Hennings in this box because there's going to be a million 1946s. Okay, maybe that's a little bit over-exaggerated. But still, it would be nice to find a Henning. Same roll, roll 21. And another 1954, Denver. A few rolls later, and we're going to have two more 1947s. First 47 is out of Philadelphia, and the second 47 is in pretty good shape. Another 47 Philadelphia. Let me just make sure there's not full steps. There are some steps, but not full steps. Let me bring you in when you have some more finds. Two rolls later, and I've fully lost track of what roll we were on at this point, but I do know that we have another 1958. This one's out of Denver. Okay, guys, we were on roll 31, I believe, because this find was worth counting the rolls to be able to tell you what roll we're on. So roll 31, and I saw a little green right there, so I decided to check it, and we have a war nickel. 1945, Philadelphia. Really, really cool. Have not found a war nickel in a while. That's 35% silver. And then whatever the rest is made out of, I believe it's manganese, but I'm not sure. Or manganese. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But either way, really, really cool. Yeah, 1945, Philadelphia. Next roll. And, is that? No, that's not. Sorry. I thought that was Buffalo nickel. But next roll. And, this reverse looks really, really worn and old, but it's not just a 63, making sure that's not a proof or anything. It's not just a 69D. All right, this one, no. All right, I'll bring you in when we have an actual find. Well, I might have mistaken a Buffalo nickel in the last roll, but I certainly am not mistaking this Buffalo nickel now. Before we get to that, here is a 1948 Denver. First 1948 of the hunt, but Buffalo nickel. That is a 1934, a date we can read in pretty good condition. Not a full horn, probably 3/4, maybe half, but still pretty good condition for a 1934 Buffalo nickel. Definitely better than the first one. Very, very cool finds on the board right now. I'm really, really enjoying this box and hope that these two can provide as much as this one did. And we still have a lot of rolls left. Okay, this has officially turned into probably my best box ever, if not top 2 or 3. Because we have another war nickel. Yes, we have another. Oh, it's an S minted too. Pretty worn. That is crazy. 1943 S war nickel. And for those who don't know, nickels minted between 1942 and 1945 are made from a 35% silver alloy, meaning that they're not just pure silver, they are a mix of silver and some other metal. I'm not going to try and butcher that metal name. The other 65%. But yeah, that's basically what a war nickel is. So that is really cool. And they're pretty rare where I live, so I don't find them too often. So 2 in 1 box is great. And 2 buffalo nickels in 1 box is great. Can't wait to get into the rest of the rolls and see what the rest of this box has to offer, because right now it is on fire. And I don't know if it can get any better than this. Same roll. 1959, Philadelphia. Oh, that one's backwards. There we go. Roll 37, and we're going to have another oldie Jefferson nickel. A 1939, Philadelphia. Let's see if it has a DDO. It does not. DDR, excuse me. It does not. Put that right in between a buffalo nickel and that 38S. Roll number 40, and we are going to have another 1946. This one is also Philadelphia, so we will check for that if I can get it in frame here. Check for that notch in the R. Don't see it. We'll weigh it like all of them, but doubt that there will be any fines, or doubt that it will be a Henning nickel. The ender of roll number 41 was a 1955 Denver. Roll 44, and I see a 1958 Denver peeking out. Same roll, just a few coins later, 1955. If it is a Philadelphia, it is a semi-key date, but it is not. It is a 1955 out of Denver. All right, just a couple rolls left, and another 1954. But this one is a San Francisco. The rest of them have been Denvers, so it's nice to see a San Fran in there also. All right, last roll, no more rolls left. And a 1951, if it's an S, it's a semi-key. Not an S, 1951, Denver. I was gonna go ahead and give you the box wrap-up-ish. I'm not actually gonna do box wrap-up for each box, just in the name of time saving. A lot of finds, as you can see, just stacks of basically each year. 2 war nickels, 2 buffaloes, 2 30s, 38S key date. Amazing box, one of, if not the best I've ever had. So hopefully these two from the same bank and company will do just as good, and if not, better. Roll number 2 is going to kick us off with a start. I believe that darker green edge is going to be a war nickel. And it is a 1945 Philadelphia war nickel on the board for the first box. Awesome. Same roll. 1959 out of Philadelphia. They have decided that I am going to film every single find, just because I like showing you all my finds. Whether or not it is going to be a long video, it will be anyway, so might as well just show you all of my finds. Roll number 5. Now our first 40s non-war nickel find is a 1948 Denver. Same roll. Second to the end is a 1954 out of Denver. Roll 7. We have a 1959 out of Denver this time. Same roll. And our earliest 1940s and our earliest nickel of this box is a 1940 Philadelphia. I'm just going to go ahead and see if there's anything else in this roll. Yep. So I won't have to bring you in again. 1958 Philadelphia. I think that's it. Roll 17, and we are going to have a couple of more finds. First one is a 1958 Denver, and the second one is a 1956 Denver as well. Next roll, and we have another 30s, well, I guess first 30s of the box. It's a 1939. Again, if it is a key date, if it has an S or a D. Let's see. And it has a mint mark. S, 1939, San Francisco. Very cool. I don't find a lot of key dates, so finding them one in both boxes, one in each box, is very, very, very cool. maybe we'll be able to find a 1950D. Roll 20, and we have a 1954 Denver. Roll 22, another 50s, 1956 Denver. Very next roll, we got another 40s, 1948 out of Denver. A couple of more finds come in the next roll. First one is going to be an older 40s, 1941 Denver. And then the next find is going to be another 1956. This one is also out of Denver. A couple rolls later, we got another 1940. This one is Philadelphia. A little bit better condition, so that's nice. Next roll, 1955. Again, if it's a San Francisco, it's a key date. Sorry, if it's a Philly, it's a key date, semi-key date. But it's not. It is a Denver, and we don't have that one on the board yet, so we'll go ahead and put it right there. Roll 27, I believe I just did a count. And another 1940. This one is again, Philadelphia. All right, just 10 rolls left, and we have a 1956 Denver. I believe that's it in the roll, and it is. Roll 46, gonna have our 20th find on the box. 1946 Philadelphia. Check it for that Henning notch in the R. There's no notch. First 1946 of the box. I'm gonna make it closer there. All right, second to last roll, roll 49, and we're going to have another 30s. This is another 1939. Remember that first 1939 we found did have a min mark, so it was a key date. Will this one have a key date to be the third key date of the hunt? And it will not. As it is Philadelphia, we can check for that double die on the reverse that we can see. Not on this one, but you would be able to see it on 5 cents. All right, let me wrap up that roll, and I'll see what the box had to offer in our box wrap up. Box 2 is done. Not as good as the first box by about 10 finds, but still some pretty solid finds. We had 11 50s, 7 40s, 1 war nickel, and 2 39s. One of those being that 39 key date for a total of 21 good and solid keeper finds. Gonna go ahead and move on to that box, and I'll bring you in if and when we have a find. Roll number 1 of box number 3, and our first find is a 1956 out of Philadelphia. Roll number 3, and we have another 1956 with some interesting damage. I think that was probably postmint, but I'll look into it, see if it is anything, but I don't think it is. Maybe it's like a double clip or something, but it doesn't look like a... Maybe it is. I don't know. I'll look into it. Anyways, it's a 1956 Denver. I'm gonna look that one up. Roll number 4 is going to have 2 finds. The first one was an ender that I, again, didn't see. I guess I'm just not very good at seeing nickel enders. 1959 out of Philadelphia is the first one. The second one is going to be a 10-year-older nickel, 1949, also out of Philadelphia. Next roll, and I wanted to bring you in just in case. I did open it a lot, just because I didn't want to have to open it on camera. It does look a wee bit older, so I just want to bring it in with you and see if it was anything. Let's see. Well, it does have a Denver mint, and it is older. 1957 Denver. Bring you in if we have anything else in this roll. No. Roll number 7, and we have another 50s nickel. Another 1956, and not sure if I'll be able to get a mint mark on that one, but we'll say Philadelphia. 8th roll, and I think we're going to have another couple of finds. 1955 right there. This one is reverse facing, but it looks old. And it is. It's a 1942 actually, but because there is no mint mark, big mint mark above the Monticello like you see there, it is not a war nickel. If it did have that mint mark, it would be a war nickel, but that's pretty cool. Don't find a lot of 42 and 42 non-war nickels. And then, making sure that's not anything. This 1955, if it is a Philadelphia minted, then it is a semi-key date. but it is not. It is a Denver. Still pretty cool. Don't find a lot of them. Roll 11, and I saw that coin, and I thought it was a war nickel because it's a little bit greener, but I took it out, and it's a Buffalo. It looks pretty worn from the back to Type 2. No mint mark. Let's see if there's a date. I think there is. I think that's a 20, definitely a 20-something. Yeah, I think that's a 29. So 1929 Philadelphia Buffalo nickel. Very cool. There is some damage there, but whatever. It's a nearly 100-year-old nickel. So that little bit of damage, I'll take that if it means I find Buffalo nickels. Very cool. Buffalo nickel on the board. Same roll. And a 1940s nickel, 1941, Philadelphia. Roll 14, and we're going to have another 50s nickel. I think this is going to be the first 54 of the board. 54 out of Philadelphia. Roll 15, and a 1949. Another dirty one right around the mint mark area, but I think that's a Philadelphia. 1949. Philadelphia. Roll 19, and we have a 1953. That's San Francisco? That is a San Francisco. A 1953 San Francisco. That's pretty cool on the board. Okay. Roll 19 of box number 3 might just be the best nickel roll. Nay, is the best nickel roll that I have ever come across, because we have a 1942 here, and I think that's a war nickel. But what is that behind it? Indeed, there is a war nickel and a Buffalo nickel in the same roll. So let me just see. That's a 1942 Philadelphia. Any doubling on that P? No, I don't see it. That Buffalo nickel is again looking pretty old. No mint mark, I do believe. No mint mark. And this is going to be a little bit tougher to get a date off of. There's something there, but not a lot. I'll scrutinize this one some more. Don't have Nick a date with me right now. I think I see an 8. So maybe it's an 18. But I'll look at it more closely, and I'll tell you what I think. All right, I don't think I'll be able to get a full date off of that Buffalo nickel. And I say full date because in some lighting, you can see an 8. And then I've seen both 3s, 1s, and 2s right before the 8. So in this, you can sort of see how it almost looks like a 3, but I'm just not sure, so I don't want to call it anything. So 19, 18, 28, or 38. The one number that it could be any decade. Doesn't matter. I'll take it. It's a Buffalo nickel. Next roll, and a coin that looks old by the reverse, and it is another 1949. Roll 24. We're going to have a very, very beat up 1940 something. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to get a date off that like the Buffalo deck. No, we are. 1946. See if there's a mint mark. I don't think so. Yeah. I'm going to call it the 1946 Philly. First 46 of the box. Roll 25. We have a 30s nickel, the first 30s of the, but that's not a Buffalo nickel, of the box. 1939, Philadelphia. Not a key date. Next roll is going to hold the Hunt's first foreign nickel, a 1995 Canadian nickel. Roll 32, and we're going to have our second 59 of the Hunt. It is a Denver. I wasn't going to film this for you, but since there was another find in the roll, I just wanted to tell you we had a 1984 Canadian, the same roll. Roll 33, and I moved the coins back, but I had seen it. It was a 1954 out of Denver. Roll 35, and we got another 50s, 1959 out of Philadelphia. Roll 41, and a 1941 out of San Francisco. Very cool. We'll find a lot of S-minted 40s. Almost done with this box, but we have one more find. A 1958 Denver. Very last roll, and another find. A 1955 Denver. Unfortunately, that box was done, which means that the hunt is done. And it was an amazing, amazing hunt. We found more finds in this 3-box hunt than I think I have like in my entire life. Probably not true, but so many good finds. I'm gonna go ahead and count them all up right now, and I'll bring you in a sec to give you the statistics. All right, guys, here is the final wrap up of the entire hunt. We had 39 50s, 25 40s, 5 38 to 39s, 2 of those being the key dates, 2 Canadians, 4 War Nickels, and 4 Buffaloes for 79 total finds, almost 80 finds. This was a great hunt, 3 boxes, very, very memorable. I certainly had fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Again, sorry for the length of this video. If I had known how many finds were going to be, I would not have filmed all of these 50s. I know for next time, though, next time I do a 3-box hunt. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and watch out for a 3-box penny hunt coming very soon.